Hey everybody, this is James Pelton, and I am here with Claire again today. We had so much fun doing this. It's been about a month ago, wasn't it? Was it
Yeah, it was in
beginning
December.
December? Okay, so a little over a month, but we had a lot of fun doing this. It's kind of just hangout. I think Claire's got some questions she's going to ask me. We're going to talk a little bit about NFTs and the trading bots, and I know there's some confusion about which NFT is going to which bot and what's doing what, and I'm not very organized, as some of you might have realized this about me, and I don't know that I can change. Okay, so this is just who I am. So I need people like Claire. I need people like Pocket Aces. I need people like Tycho who help just keep things together. And so that's what we're going to try to do here. And we're going to do some giveaways and passive income tips. And Claire's she's got a lot of things I think that we're going to be talking about here today. So need you guys to hit the like button as we're going. That's an obvious. If you guys have things you want to talk about, feel free to ask, and I'll start starring those, and we can maybe work them into our conversation in some way, make sure that they get answered in some way. Question of the day, which even this Claire came up with, it was not my idea. I want to give credit where credit is due. But some people don't like the name WarBots, okay? And we're going to talk a little bit about that. Again, it's just the name that it was when I started marketing it. If you were going to start your own NFT collection, what would you name it? What would you name it? That's the good. Comment that in the comments, and we'll get going here. So, Claire, welcome back. Thank you for doing this. I hope to make this a monthly thing that we do for the next 40 years together. Go ahead. What's on the agenda here for us today?
Yeah, cool. Thanks for having me back. I'm going to answer the question of the day.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm going to say my NFTs is going to be called airdrop NFTs, because some months I'll just drop you air, and some months I might drop you something. So it's totally relaxed, and you never know.
I like
Anyways,
that. That's
yeah,
creative.
agenda. We're going to give away to your community first.
Okay.
We're going to ask a bunch of questions for the WarBot NFTs. I've been doing research, kind of lurking on Twitter and Discord and Telegram of what people were asking. So I've collected those questions. I'm going to ask James about it. And then obviously anybody who's watching live, we'll get to your guys' questions too. And then we'll do a giveaway for one of you all who's here today. So yeah.
Perfect. I love it. And first off, I want to bring this up. Richard says WarBots remind him of StarCraft, and he likes it. Okay. So not everyone likes it, but Richard does. So thank you, Richard. I appreciate it.
I thought of something for you. So it's like if it's in a bull or bear market, a WarBot's gonna win or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like in the battle.
Yeah. Yep. War against 9 to 5 or something like that. There's a lot of directions.
There you go.
You could go. Mart says peace spots. Thank you. I appreciate that. So funny Turo. Yeah, I'm not creative as well. That's actually, I know I've been talking a lot about Chat GPT recently, but that's one of the reasons I love Chat GPT is because I have no creativity. And so I can leverage Chat GPT for my weaknesses. So yeah, love that. All right. Well, should we do some questions, then do our first giveaway to my members? You want to do it that way?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's do it that way.
We're at your house. So, yeah.
Yes,
okay.
That's right. I forget that sometimes. It's my chance. Yeah. We're going to do some questions first, and then we'll go to a giveaway to my community, then some more questions, then giveaway to everyone. Not everyone. One person out of everyone.
Okay.
And then we'll end with some audience questions, and then we'll call it a day. That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. So, why'd you build this? What is it? What is the overview of WarBot NFTs?
Yes. Okay. So maybe I should explain just my thinking. Maybe that will help people. So again, I'm just tired of getting rug pulled. And what I've seen happen, people are trying to build their financial future, and they make some returns, and then they lose it all in some kind of rug pull or something. The market falls apart, whatever. Then, some returns and lose it all. Some returns, lose it all. And people aren't actually making any progress towards their financial goals and what they're trying to do. And so I kind of saw that it was happening to me as well. I mean, my financial goals are different than some people's, but I just noticed, hey, I'm making some good returns and then losing it all, making some good returns, losing it all. So I was just been looking hey, what is actually making, it's probably going to be smaller. We can't expect 30% a month, 40% a month, 2% a day, not those types of things. But what am I seeing that is seeming to last longer, seems like it will last longer, and is making decent returns? So like Project 79 immediately kind of bubbled up to the top for me. And there wasn't a ton else that I was like, man, this is great. So the Shiny Jackal bots is one that's been doing well for the last 15 months. And then I also have been looking around at some Forex bots that again are lower returns. We're looking at, I think the Forex NFTs that we're on pace for about 5% for this first month that we were running them. But and so again in crypto, we're kind of like, 5% a month. I'm not real interested in that. But I think those are the types of returns that you're going to be best suited for building your financial future going forward, your financial foundation. So I've been looking for those. And I also am a little bit tired of putting success in other people's hands just because I just have people lie to me, and I found I'm not a very good judge of character. Like I'm too trusting of people. Like people come and tell me a nice story or something. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, let's be best friends. And it's not serving me super great in the crypto industry. So I'm like, you know what? If I build it myself, then I don't have to really rely on as many people. So I'm really looking at building a lot of my own stuff where it's just I'm in complete control. The Forex NFTs are trading. Those are built completely by me. I bought a trading bot that the money's gone into. Again, looking for 5%. The Shiny Jackal bots were difficult to get set up for people. So I worked with the WarFi team and we built NFTs that the money just goes right into the Shiny Jackal bots. And then what I added in this newest contract, the reason there's also a Polygon contract is because I wanted people to even be able to get in with a credit card.
Okay.
And that was only available on Polygon. So now there's the BSC WarBots, the Polygon WarBots, but they're the same. It's money just going into the trading bots. But the new ones on my landing page is you can mint with the credit card. So that might have been a lot.
Unpack.
Yes.
From all that. So currently right now, what's like for sale is the WarBot NFTs.
Correct. Yes, I believe that this batch is sold out. I can just double check real quick.
Yeah, I checked like right before we went live. There was 2 left or something.
Okay. So yeah, let me just double check. I think we might be sold out. Shiny Jackal just got in touch and said, can we open another batch? Okay, so this one's sold out. We might open one last batch for, I know he had some people that wanted to get in as well that missed out. So the reason we do it in batches, maybe I should let you ask questions instead of monologuing, but the reason we do it in batches is just because we have to set up the trading bots. So we kind of have to like have a start and finish. So we're doing it in batches, but we really can have an unlimited amount of batches. It just has to be in batches, if that makes sense.
Okay. So if someone were to buy an NFT with a credit card, how are they supposed to, do they get a wallet created? What happens there?
Yes, so they do. If you mint with a credit card, you do get a wallet created for. Well, you can connect it to your MetaMask wallet if you want to, and then pay with a credit card, but the NFT goes to your MetaMask wallet, or it will create a wallet for you. And so the DApp will be where you cash out. And we're working on the DApp right now. So it's a little bit up in the air how that's going to work exactly. But we will make sure that you get your money. So that's not like a full answer, but it's an answer of some sort.
So I know you and your team are going to create a DApp. And so that was like a lot of questions that was happening, but I'll try to ask questions in regards to the DApp.
Yeah.
But kind of just go back a little bit. So you buy an NFT, it's $500. Can you resell that NFT?
So yeah, I mean, you can put it on the third market for sure. I think we probably will allow we'll buy them back from you if you want, because again, all it is the money's going right into the trading bot. So it's not like if you want your money out, we could just take it out and give you, okay, give us the NFT back. We'll give you your $500 back. So that probably won't be first priority on the DApp. The first
Mhm.
priority is going to be showing how it's doing daily, allowing either claiming or compounding. And Jason's here. Check your Discord. We can show you a preview of the DApp. Ooh,
Oh,
okay. Thanks, Jason. Let me pull that up here real quick. So that's going to be first, but I think probably and again, it's Jason's team that's really building the DApp, and kind of my brother's helping out too. So just a lot of people working on it. But there wouldn't be any problem with us just saying, oh yeah, redeem your NFT back for $500 or something like that. But I imagine you can sell them on the third market. I mean, if people want these bots, I mean, this batch sold out. We sold 200 in it was like 2 days, I think. So
sure, sure. But then it sounds like to me you're gonna be reopening it each time. So I don't know if necessarily people are gonna want to buy a third market when they can just buy a new one. So,
yeah,
unless you're gonna max it out.
yeah, we haven't totally decided how long we're going to, if we're going to just do a batch after batch, or if we're going to do, one batch a month. We haven't really worked through that completely. So,
Okay.
and RX is asking for official links. So, the landing page to buy is this one, and then the WarFi WarBot Discord is really where like most of the discussions happening and where most of the questions can be answered. So let
Okay.
me pull that. I'll get that link too. So I put that link in the chat as well.
So, okay, we're still going back to the you buy 500. What are the fees?
So there's going to be some credit card. If you pay with a credit card, there's going to be some credit card fees. Is the first thing. It's going to be like 3% is kind of just the standard credit card fee. And then as for, I can pull up WarBot. I can show you. I like just authenticity and transparency. I'm not super like I don't know what numbers you're supposed to show and what numbers you're not supposed to show. So I just show all the numbers. So this is kind of like exact. So if we're doing 9% average, if we had a 500, we sold 100 of them. That's 50K. I take some. WarFi takes some. Shiny Jackal takes some up front. If we average 9% a month, I take a little bit monthly. WarFi takes a little bit monthly. Shiny Jackal doesn't do anything monthly. And then we airdrop out the rest. So this is kind of how the numbers work for now. So again,
Okay,
just
so
total transparency.
okay, yeah, that's great. So from my 500, then really 425 of it is going to be going to trading.
Correct.
Because of the 15% somewhat deposit fee, but it's really just your guys' fees. We're okay with capitalism as long as you tell us when it
Yep.
is
Yep.
happening.
Yeah, and exactly. And I try to tell people, like, yeah, I'm like, we're putting a lot of work into this. So like, if you don't want the fees, I totally get that. Like, don't want fees on money that I'm trading too. But you can't go direct through Shiny Jackal anymore because it was too much. So we're handling like the front end for him. But you could go, build your own trading bot and test it out, and
Sure.
there'd be fewer fees going that way
Okay,
for
so
sure.
you mentioned that you're gonna get airdrop. So let's say my 425, it's gonna get traded, and then we do the 9%. So at 9%, that's like $38 plus the 10% um, claim fee, I would call it, right? Because you're gonna be if you claim it, then it'll be 10%. Um, so is there gonna be like a window period? Because you're gonna have to like take the money out of what exchange what platform are you using, by the way?
So the money's on Bybit.
Okay.
Is where the money is. And what with the DApp, what we're wanting to do is there'll be a claim or compound. So then it'll just add up in there, and then you can choose to claim it or you can just compound it. And then the compounding will just kind of be attached to that NFT. So you might have your NFTs $500 with an extra 5,000 on it that you've compounded into it or something like that.
Sure. But with trading, you could be because we're going to get into Shiny Jackal strategies too. So is it going to be like because you could be in like in a drawdown. I don't know if he does daily trading or he closes the trading. So I don't know. Is it going to be like 30 days? We're going to get the percentage. And then you have like a window where you want to claim and compound that percentage. That's my question.
That is a great question. Jason, do you know, we haven't really discussed that. Again, part of the reason I wanted to start this with more my community was we can work through some of the like I'm open to, like, in the Telegram, we can talk about how do you guys want it to work? You know, if an
Mhm.
ideal world, how would you want it to work? Because I really want this to work for you guys, you know, is a big thing. And Jason's saying, show the DApp, show the DApp. Okay. All
um,
right, Jason. Here we
okay,
go.
yeah, that might help. Because it sounds like to me, because you mentioned the word airdrop, but sounds like we need a claim, so that can also be two different things as well. So
Yeah,
let's look at
it's been airdrop for the last 3 months or however long WarBot's been going. But when the DApp is good to go, you shouldn't need to do an airdrop anymore.
so clarification too, this is also different than I'm not part of WarFi. Sorry, Jason. I just was kind of late in the game there. But it's different than their NFTs.
It's so yeah. WarFi has their WarFi NFTs, and the WarBots are separate from those. Yes, I know there's a lot of war going on. I
Yeah.
know it can be confusing, so I'm glad we're doing this to kind of help clear stuff up.
So let me see the DApp here. I'm trying to look at it. Okay. So yeah, there's like a claim area. Sounds like maybe the compound button's not there yet. Okay. Um, Quarter
Eventually,
Mile
there will.
actually asked the question. Can you give me highlighting power, by the way, James? You probably can't.
Um,
um,
that would be
you're like
nice.
looking now. Well, he's asking, does Shiny Jackal, do they do Forex or crypto? What are they trading?
Shiny Jackals just doing crypto.
Okay. So is there oh, that's interesting. So if he's doing crypto, crypto's market cap's a lot smaller. So has he you got all sounds like you guys haven't discussed if there's a max capacity in which these bots are designed for.
We did talk about max capacity, but I think it's pretty high. I think they can handle quite a bit. Um, so Shiny Jackal said that I don't really see a limit for how much we can do because what we can do is different coins, and then it's less risky the more money that is in there. So
Mhm.
I don't think there's a max capacity.
Okay, so will you be sharing like bot results, maybe weekly, monthly?
I'm hoping to daily is it would be my ultimate goal. I mean, it's a lot of work to do something like that, but what I would like to do, and I was talking to Jason. Sometimes I just go and run with things, and I haven't really like filled Jason in as well as I should. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Leroy Jenkins meme where it's all these guys are discussing planning stuff in this video game, and then Leroy Jenkins just yells, "I'm just going," and he runs in. That's what I do sometimes. But I would like to hook up to the DApp the ability to just show each and every day the returns. It's a little bit harder because, like you said, some trades don't close, you know, so it's a little bit hard to know daily, but at least weekly and yeah, definitely monthly. And we'd want to show all that in the DApp that, like, here's how the bots are doing. Here are I'd like to show here the coins are trading. The more info people get, the better. I think the more informed decision they can make. So
Mhm.
that's kind of my plan.
So 85% of the 50K raised goes into the bots, and those are fully deployed. By the way, unique, I see your question. What's the total supply going to be? We don't, it's 50,000 right now, but we don't, there could be a new batch,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
There's no total supply.
Right. Okay. So 85% is going to go start trading. And so they're fully deployed, right? Like they're attached to the bots.
Yes. Yep. Yep. So then, that 85% is going to go right into Bybit, and basically the flow of the money is we get it into Bybit, then we get the bots set up on it, and then it starts trading, and then it's pretty hands off after that. Shiny Jackal comes in and makes some changes and adjusts things based on market conditions and things like that. But that's kind of the flow of the money. Yep.
Okay. So good question. Who has access to this Bybit account?
Um, right now it's just Jason, and we're getting me access as well. So it's gonna be me and Jason. So Jason from WarFi and myself are gonna be the two people with access. It's KYC to Jason. So like to make a withdrawal, it's gonna have to have him on board with that. But then I'll have access as well.
Okay, but so it sounds like Shiny Jackal has a strategy, so he needs to get in there and also adjust the bots. Is that what you're saying?
He does not have access to the Bybit account, so we're in touch with him. Jason's on the phone with him almost every day,
Okay.
and if he has a change that needs to be made, he lets us know, and then we go in and make the change. But he won't have access to the funds.
Okay. And when I was doing some research,
Yeah,
and so you've actually Shiny, you've seen his face. You've seen
correct,
Shiny Jackal and Sweethearter's face, right?
correct. Yep, I've worked with them
Here.
for quite a while.
Yeah, yeah, like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, I can't.
That's fine.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
remember exact. 6 months sounds right. 7 months, 8 months, maybe.
mhm. Yeah, so that's good, with the state of DeFi and stuff, so people know that you've actually seen their faces. So the bots have been the history you had mentioned in your prior video, it's been 15 months that you've had history. Is it back testing or is it like live 15 months with real money in the
I
market?
believe Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, but those were the actual returns that we had from December 2021 was the first month. So that wouldn't quite be 15 months. But I think the returns that I saw were from December 2021 up until December 2022. So I saw 12 months of actual history. I think they did back test for longer. It'd be nice to have Shiny Jackal here. That's who we should probably bring on
I know, huh?
for
No,
a
that's
lot of these
okay. I don't
questions.
mean to like
No, no,
yeah.
no. That's perfect. Yep.
Um,
But
so there's a couple questions here real quick before I forget them, but what are the monthly rewards or payouts? I don't know what you want to call them. Are they going to be in USDCT
um,
automatic?
that's that's a good question. The BSC ones will definitely be BUSD. The Polygon ones will probably be USDC. Um, so yeah, so if you bought one of the Polygon ones, it'll be USDC out. If you bought one of the BSC ones, it'll be BUSD out. I'm also working with Spritz to perhaps integrate just straight out to your bank account. So bypassing crypto altogether and just say, hey, I want $40 to my bank account each month, or some things like that. But yeah, USDC for Polygon, BUSD for BSC.
Okay. And then Jason did comment that the back testing it's not a back test. It was live real money, 12 months. So, oh,
Correct.
hi, Yabong. Hi, Richie.
Yabon, good
There's,
to see you, brother.
um, okay. So let me think about we got do you know the strategy? Do you know the bot strategy?
Yeah, I mean, somewhat. I mean, I'm not like a trading bot expert, so I will say that. It's based on a martingale strategy. Again, this is Shiny Jackal would be. We should bring him on sometime. Maybe for next month, we should bring on Shiny Jackal, um, for sure. But yeah, I'm somewhat familiar with it. I don't know
Okay.
how much you want me to go into it.
No, that's fine. So since you've already you've had his bots, have you seen the negative days or drawdowns? Like what have you seen on your back end?
Um, yeah. So like when so I had an FTX account connected to three commas, which is where the bots are kind of run. Three commas is the bot platform. And so I mean I saw very few trades that no trades ever end in negative is one thing. So we've never had a month where we've ended with less capital than we've started with. So we've always ended up positive every single month. Um, the biggest risk that I've seen is FTX shutdown. Like that was the worst thing that happened to me with my bots was I had my money in
Right.
FTX. So it's the exchange to me is probably the worst. The most risk is the exchange itself. So we're on Bybit now, which seems to be the most stable right now.
Yeah, so that'd be a good question for Shiny Jackal. I'm assuming the bots are configured for a max drawdown before we wipe out our account, I would assume. So do you know if we're using leverage?
Yeah, there is some leverage in it. Yeah, that's why US people can't do it because
Mhm.
on futures you can't US accounts don't allow leverage. So that's why like I can't create a Bybit account myself. which is one of the ways that an NFT, makes this a little bit easier for people in the US. Whereas Jason in South Africa can go create a Bybit account and have leverage turned on, and there's no problem there. And yeah, just to clarify, Jason says it has 8 different strategies, not just martingale. So maybe before we I don't want to just say things that I don't know too much about. So maybe too many specific bots. Let's bring Shiny Jackal on. I think I know the answers, but I just don't want to say anything that turns out to not be right. So
Yeah.
I'll defer to Shiny Jackal on some questions, but feel free to ask anything. I might just defer on something.
Sure. Okay. So another question I keep seeing being asked is when Lambo?
Yeah.
Meaning when do we get paid? So to be like actually what the real question is so you've deployed it I don't know how many days ago. When is like the next like rewards?
Jason, do you have the answer to that question? Because I think these will start trading, so probably end of February. Yeah, I mean they'll pay out monthly, so I imagine March 1st would be the first payout. Jason, does that sound correct to you? He says monthly.
So you always advise not to compound to the moon, but there will be compounding feature.
Yes. Yeah. We kind of debated different ways to possibly do it. We debated maybe you don't allow compounding until people take out their initial. Maybe I thought of a few different ways to do it. But we kind of just decided for the WarBot NFTs, we're going to just it's going to just be up to you. You can claim, you can compound. But I will recommend all things in crypto are risky. 8% a month, 7% a month is risky. This is not the stock market. This is not your FDIC insured bank account. So I would personally recommend that you take out your initial before you start compounding. But I understand that extends the time horizon of reaching your financial goals. So for some people, you're going to have to kind of work through that, how you want to do that. But we're going to leave it up to people to decide if they want to claim or compound.
Okay, so if we do have I don't think we will, because sounds like the bots won't do that. But if we do have a 0 month or a negative month, is there going to be fees deducted from our capital?
That's a great question. Since we haven't had it, we haven't really had to work through that. I know for sure if we're negative in a month, I'm not going to take any money, obviously. I'm only taken from the profit, and WarFi is only taken from the profit.
Okay.
So they're definitely, we're not going to take anything. If a month ended in negative, yeah, I'm not totally sure since we haven't seen that yet, but I mean, I imagine, it'll just kind of come out of the principal. So if you have a bunch of money sitting in there, if you've compounded up to $10,000 and we're down 6%, then you'd go down to 9,400 or whatever that might be. So again, that's one of the reasons that, hey, maybe, it's claiming out once in a while. That's just something I always advise. But yeah, recommend that for sure.
Okay, good.
Jason says, sorry, if there was a negative month, we gain the capital back before we take anything. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's a good point. So if we did drop below, we wouldn't take any cut on our end until we got back up to where we were.
Okay. So it seems like to me that there are some people who purchase NFTs that are not in your community. So they want to know where they should go. Is there going to be a separate channel just for them? Or should they put their email address in that thing to get updates? Is there a place where it's going to all live other than the DApp, the community?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's in the WarFi chat, I'll put a link to it again, but there's a channel in the WarFi Discord called the WarBot Holder Chat. And I'll put a link to that. We may, if this gets big enough, again, we weren't really sure where this was going to go, how many people were going to be interested in this. We may separate it out into its own Discord or something if we get enough people in that. But for now, I put a link to it again in the chat. It's just going to live in the WarFi Discord in the WarBot channel, which I put a link directly to that channel there in the chat.
And then I see Pocket mentioning your free section on your Discord.
Oh,
also.
yes. Yes. Thank you, Pocket. Yes. Pocket in my Discord. Let me get a link to that too. He set up a free channel just to ask questions about because I have a lot of NFT collections I'm going to be pumping out here. A lot. Just all these opportunities are coming my way, and I just want to. Again, I understand capital's limited, and I'm going to try to do them one at a time so we don't get too confused with what's going on. We created a if I can find it, I'm a bad multitasker.
That's
Um,
fine.
but we'll
Um,
have a channel, a free channel. Pocket, can you grab a link to that? That's what we'll do. But we'll have a channel just to talk about all those different NFT collections as they come.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. That sounds great. I am going to look for, there's a couple questions here. Someone's asking when giveaway. We could do one of the giveaways because you did say
Oh yeah,
questions and then one giveaway and then more questions and then the second giveaway.
let's do that.
I think the first one is just your community though.
Yeah, just my community. Do you remember what are we giving away? Can you remind me?
Yeah, $300 USDC.
Okay, $300 USDC to someone in my community. That means they have to have a green name right now. Let's go ahead and comment.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
It's already in your share your screen for your Discord,
Oh,
and it's already like been announced.
oh, it has. Oh, the
Yeah,
winner's
and
already
then we're
been
just
announced.
gonna announce it here.
Okay, which channel is it in? In
It's
Telegram?
under giveaways.
Okay, giveaways.
Um,
Oh, perfect. All right. Yep, we got it here.
but we are gonna do a giveaway of someone here
Wait, did
and that's
JB win? Is that what that means?
yeah, JB one.
JB won. What in the world, JB? Congratulations, man.
He's a long time supporter. He
Way to
must
go.
be here.
Yeah, JB, we did the giveaway bot in the Discord. Okay, perfect. JB, you are awesome. JB's been part of my community for forever. He's been a huge help. He's one of those guys that's always providing me info from different projects. Like he's kept me up to date on what's going on with Project 79. He's awesome. So well deserving. I don't know if he's ever won one of my giveaways before. So definitely, he says, I've never won anything in my life. That's kind of sad, actually.
Oh.
Well, now you have. You can no longer say that. Congratulations, JB. We'll
Yay.
get you hooked up. 300 USDC. Congratulations, man.
I almost was gonna ask Tycho for your mailing address. I was gonna send you one of those clappers you need for your giveaway.
Oh yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Your
Well,
kids probably have one.
I have a stream deck where I could hook it up to sounds to play. I just need to get around to doing it. So
Oh, okay. There's a few questions here, a little bit repetitive. I think we answered that about you. James is gonna try to do daily updates of the trades. I try is the main word there.
yeah, well, and I'm a programmer, so what I want to do is I want to automate it and just hopefully I can get it to just program and show the results automatically. That'll be my end goal, but I'll try to do it manually until I get that finished.
Okay. And then let me go back to see if does anybody else have more questions about the actual WarBot NFTs? People were still looks like confused about between WarFi NFT and WarBot NFT. There is a WarFi NFT that's separate.
Yes. Let me
Yeah.
just explain that. I think some people were asking too about my Forex bot,
Yes.
so maybe I'll just explain the difference there too. Let me see. I saw some questions too that I can pull up. Yeah, is James NFT project is WarBots. I saw a Discord link for WarFi. Is that different from or the same as WarBots? Yeah. So WarFi is its own project that they have like a play to earn game is one thing that they have. It's an actual like shooter game that you can go play. You can download it and play. They also so this is WarFi itself. This is what WarFi started out to be. And you can go buy these infantry, rocketeer, heavy gunners, or snipers. They're rarely available. Like they sell out so fast. Like I don't think there's any available right now. But this is kind of what WarFi is. And then Jason's a very good friend of mine. And so, okay, there are some available here. But Jason's a really good friend of mine. And so when us and Shiny Jackal were looking for, hey, we want to find a way to build NFTs and adapt to get into Shiny Jackal bots, I was like, Jason, you already have a team that's building stuff, and you already have like a community and all this. Can we kind of just piggyback on that? And then he really hit it off with Shiny Jackal as well. And so WarBots is pretty much completely separate from this, but it's just kind of part of the same umbrella, if that makes it's the same team building it. If that kind of helps clear it up at all.
Yeah, it does for me. So I didn't realize that. So Shiny Jackal is no longer taking like one-on-one people. And so this is another like exclusive for these WarBot NFTs to use his bots.
Correct. Yep. WarBots is the only way to get into Shiny Jackal bots going forward.
Okay. I do like the idea of because with bots, even though like it's good not to have humans, but it's also good to have humans because they don't know bots don't know that there's going to be like news, like a big news thing, So it sounds like Shiny Jackal can turn the bots on and off if we wanted to, if the market dictated it. Sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. He's pretty active. And he has a team now. So he started out as just him and a Sweet Heater. They started small and we're just like, hey, James, they take Green Pill, who's another Twitter influencer. They reached out to me and to him and they said, hey, can you just try out these bots for a little bit? And we tried them out for a few months and we're like, wow, these are working really well and they look really nice. So then we started promoting them a little bit. And then they started just getting more and more business and grew and grew and grew. And now Shiny Jackal has a full team that he's working with. And so it's been cool kind of just to see the growth and the success
Yeah.
of him. So
Yeah. So would you say like the people who are buying these NFTs is more like someone who doesn't want to deal with obviously for one, wants to get into Shiny Jackal strategy bots, and then two, kind of just don't want to deal with connecting the API and figuring that all out.
Yep. Yep, exactly. Especially since now you can mint with a credit card. What I was running into is I had tons of people reaching out to me saying, hey, we're not really in crypto. We're wanting to get some crypto returns. How do we do that? And I had to tell them it's so hard to get into crypto if you're not in crypto already. And you don't even realize that until you start trying to explain to someone, like create a Binance account, KYC, wire in some money, buy some USDT, download MetaMask into your Chrome extension, write down your seed phrase, hide it somewhere, transfer your USDT to your MetaMask, go to this website. And then it was so many steps. And so, yeah, the goal of this is really just to make it easier for people to get in.
Okay. Someone mentioned something. Okay, I thought it was a question. So it sounds like I was going to ask you this, but then it sounds like you kind of already have a team, and that is, what if something kind of sounds morbid, but what if something happens to you? And but it sounds like Jason has access to the account, and so
Yes.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, me and Jason, and that's one of the reasons that we want to be both on it. Is now if something happens to both of us, like we were just on vacation before, we probably need a plan C, and so we'll work some of that out as time goes on. But yeah, we do.
yeah,
The two of us have access for now.
yeah. The president and vice president aren't allowed to fly in Air Force One at the same time, James. So you guys can't go on vacation together. Come
I
on.
know. We just vacationed together in South Africa for a couple weeks, but it'll probably be a while before we're in the same place again for a while.
Ian says he's talking about like ratio. He's pumping us up.
Ian is
um,
awesome. Appreciate you, man.
Hi, Antonio from Holland. If anybody has any more questions in regards to the actual WarBot NFTs, go ahead and ask them, other than strategy wise.
Yeah, I can try to answer strategy wise. Let me see. I had a couple comments question. James, can you go into how you're handling the Howie test? Yes. So there might need to be some changes to, I think the problem is, if you guys don't know what the Howie test is, it's basically here in the US how the SEC determines if something is a security or not. Because I'm not allowed to sell securities, basically. So if the SEC deems that these are securities, that would not be good. I would not be allowed to sell these like I am. So I do have a lawyer. Thank you, Pocket. He hooked me up with them. But they're looking into it. I think that the only changes might have to be in some of the wording of some things. So I do think I'm gonna have to change. Like, I don't think I can say returns. I might have to change it to like rewards or something like that. There's going to be a few changes. The SEC has not given very clear guidelines on what they're looking for or anything like that. So, yes, I do have an attorney that's going over that right as we speak, right now. So,
Okay. Green Llama Crypto asked, what's the best way to find out about the next NFT release? Is there an email list?
yes, there is. So if you go to it's warbotnfts.com, and if you go to dashboard here, this stay updated. Just as a little email list that I'll be emailing out like when the next batch is coming out and when the DApp is ready, those things. Or else you can just hang out in the WarFi Discord or my free Discord as well. I'll put it on Twitter too. Again, it's in our best interest to sell out as quickly as we can so we can get them trading. So when I open a new batch, I'll definitely be tweeting it out. I'll probably do some YouTube shorts, and if it's a big batch, might even do another video, things like that.
So it sounds like this one. Did we say there was 2 left? I forget. Or no, it's sold out. So
It's sold out now. Yeah.
Are you planning on opening a new batch?
Yeah, Shiny had just messaged me earlier this morning and said, "Can we open a new batch this weekend?" Maybe Saturday or Sunday I'll open another 100. I know we have a whole bunch of people. Like, as soon as it sold out, I had just tons of DMs of people asking. So, yes, probably this weekend we'll open another batch. And again, the batches aren't. I'm not trying to like imply that there's scarcity. I know a lot of people do that, but it's really just so we can get. I like 50K or 100K at a time, and then just getting that started trading. I don't really like. Somebody said do a big batch. I just get a little nervous if I'm starting to move around like 500K or 250K. I like 50K or 100K. It just is like small enough numbers where I don't feel too worried about transferring the money around and those types of things.
Sure. So, just to get a little clarity on
Yeah.
one thing. So you did mention that like for the NFT, someone can sell it on open a third party market, but we don't even know if there'll be demand for it because you might be continuing to open batches. But then at the
Right.
same time, you had mentioned that you could purchase their NFT back. So that's a maybe.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't see any problem. We'd have to work it out. Adding it into the DApp, like a redeem your NFT for your $500 back, would be quite a bit of work. I was just kind of thinking through programmatically, but like if somebody really wants them, I mean, just message me and I'll give you $500 and you can give me the NFT. I mean, for now, that's obviously if 500 people are doing that, it's not going to work. So I'd like to work it into the DApp at some point,
Mhm.
but that's not on the plans for now.
Okay. And then there's a few questions here. It's okay if you're not in the US. Obviously, this is crypto
Yes.
DeFi.
Yeah.
Okay. Can a hacker compromise the bot and steal our funds?
I hope not. No, I mean, that's in theory. No, I mean, Bybit would be what they need to get into. I mean, we have two-factor authentication turned on, and it's complex password, and um, ideally not. So, but I mean, that is one of the risks. Like, I never thought FTX. My Shiny Jackal bots lost their money because I had my money in FTX.us. So the bots were doing great. I was making a lot of money. FTX went down. My money's stuck in there. So that's probably the biggest risk, is just the exchange itself. I mean, I don't expect anything like what happened to FTX to happen again, but again, you don't really expect those types of things to happen in general. So that's again why I would say get your initial out. Is you just don't know what's going to happen, what can happen.
Sure. Um,
Do we?
what? Oh, go ahead.
I see Quarter Mile keeps asking about Is there a different Forex bot NFT project or just Shiny Jackal bot? So maybe I talked a little bit about that before, but maybe I could just talk a little bit about my Forex bots. Um, Pull up here.
Which those are currently closed.
Those are closed. Those are only to my community. I just did 100 to my community. I'm not gonna open those to the public for a while because I want to like work out the details of where exactly we're gonna be trading and things like that. So those are, and I haven't even opened a second batch yet, just because um, I want to just keep an eye on it. Go slow. I like to go slow. Slow and steady wins the race, you know. So, but let me just show you what we're working with on the Forex bot. So we sold 50K, and I have that trading in there. We've been going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, and we've made 0.78% in 9 days. So some people have commented they think the risk tolerance is too low on this one. They'd like it turned up. This is estimated for 4% for this month. So we can talk about that if you'd like me to turn the risk up a little bit and we try to shoot for 5 or 6%. But yeah, so this is a completely separate project. I'll keep you guys on updated, but I'm not planning on releasing a second batch of this, maybe until this one goes for a full month. And we work out some details. Then I'll open a second batch for this one.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned like you were having a vote in your community, like if they wanted a riskier hire. Ian wanted me to ask you if you know how much we all love you.
Thanks, Ian, man. I appreciate, I mean, that's why I do what I do, honestly, is for I just kind of got tired of seeing people in my community getting burned by project after project. So again, I'm just I'm at a point right now where I'm having a hard time trusting people. So I'm just like, okay, what could I do where I don't have to trust anyone? And so that's where some of this stuff is coming from, is that.
Well, appreciate you building it. I mean, you didn't have to. I mean,
Well, yeah, and it's I mean, it's been fun, and I mean, I do, I do take I do take a fee for it, so it is kind of a business, it's becoming a business for me as
sure.
well. So I like to design things that are like everyone is incentivized to, do their best and things like that. So,
Yeah, it
uh,
makes it sustainable, right?
yeah.
Antonio wants to know, will the early adopters with the first private NFT batch get the first choice when you create a new batch?
Are you talking about the Forex ones?
No, I think he means, well, let's start with that one.
Okay, yeah, so the Forex ones, I probably won't do like first dibs or anything like that because it's just too much work. It's too much work. If anybody knows me, I try to keep things as simple as I can. So I mean, I'll release it to my community first for sure. So I mean, it'll probably take $500 NFTs. That's $50,000. If I just send that out to my community, like on Telegram, that will take a while to sell. I mean, that'll take a week to sell out probably. So I will do that before I just go release to the public. But I've gotten a lot of emails and DMs and things like, "Hey, can you save a WarBot for me in the next batch?" And I just don't have a good way to facilitate that. So I mean, if you get on that email list on the WarFi dashboard here, I'll email that. I'll tell my community first, then I'll email this list. Then I'll probably tweet it out. If we still have some left, I'll probably do a YouTube short. If there's still some, I might make a video. Is kind of the order I'll go in. But it's I can't really facilitate like holding them for people or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. I did see a lot of like tech questions, so I'll just tell them to go to the WarFi Discord link that you mentioned. A lot of people are just having those kind of issues.
Yeah, like yeah,
Um,
if you can't see your NFT, you need the contract address to find it, things like that. The WarFi Discord that I posted would be better than DMing me. Not that I'm not happy to answer all your questions. It just will be a long time before I get to them if you message me. So the Discord would be a much better place.
yeah, and usually there's always people wanting to help out, and plus, no offense, you don't know sometimes.
Claire is learning so much about me, and yes, it's very true. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. We're at to like we'll be in an hour and 10
Oh
minutes.
wow.
So it went by fast.
Yeah,
Um,
time flies when you're having fun. Should we? I'm having a good time with this though. I mean, I can keep going if people still have questions. We still have
okay.
110 people watching, so
Yeah, great. So if anybody has any more questions, and I'll look, Claire named yes, I do. I am getting to know Ian. I meant James better.
yes.
Um, let's see.
Pocket
Yeah.
Justin Pocket Aces is really getting to know me. He's starting to anticipate my answers to questions. He's like, I know you won't care about this, but I'm just letting you know this, and
Yes.
this. And I'm like, good, good. Yeah, you
Yeah,
handled that
Pocket's
great.
James's guy. He's in
Yeah.
his pocket. Ah, okay.
Oh.
Um,
Quarter mile says here, does payout go back to credit card or bank account or crypto, or have to sell the NFT to exit? So payout for now will just be either USDC on Polygon or BUSD on BSC. Um, I would like to work with. I'm working with Spritz, and I would like to be able for you to just have the option of putting in your routing and account bank account number, and it just goes straight to your bank account. That is not available yet. It's on the to do. You do not have to sell the NFT to exit. Well, to completely exit, yeah, I guess you would. You would need to sell the NFT, and eventually, I'd like a redeem or something. If you're not able to find someone to buy it, then we have the $500 from your NFT, so we can just swap them. It's just a matter of facilitating that. So in the works.
you're confident that our capital is preserved. I like it.
Yes, yes. Confidence. That's key, right?
Yeah. Um,
Um,
so like actually that's a good question. We talked about the risk of Bybit, and then obviously we know risk of crypto and risk of trading in general.
yeah.
Can you think of any other risk associated just to highlight those for people? Because you had mentioned like you want you're kind of like telling these to people who aren't really into DeFi. What other risk can you think of to
Yeah. I mean, if I was thinking about it, in my feelings, the exchange is the biggest risk. I wouldn't have said that before FTX, but just that's what I feel now is that like, oh man, I don't like keeping money on exchanges in general, but you have to use the three commas API to run the trading bots. So that's not ideal. I'd rather have it on a Trezor, not a cold wallet, but it doesn't work that way. So I think that's the biggest risk. There's also, three commas could have issues of some kind. I know they had a leak of their API keys, but what they did is immediately they just disabled all the API keys. So it didn't actually end up hurting anyone really, but we had to go back in and get new API keys and reset up some things and things like that. So, at any point that there's anything touching it, there's risk. So
Mhm.
Bybit's going to be a risk. Three commas is going to be a risk. Um, JP and Jason vacationing together
I know, right?
could be a risk. Like you said, a black swan event that the bot's not properly
Right.
um, handling.
Mhm.
If we have something where it just goes straight up or straight down and doesn't do a wiggle up or a wiggle down, that can cause issues in bots sometimes, depending on how they're set up. So, um, let's see. Quarter mile says small risk of team all suddenly being unable to do their job. Yeah, I'm not. Worst case in that, like if Shiny Jackal said we're shutting down the bots or something like that, worst case is we could just give everyone the money they have now and shut the project down. So I'm not really too concerned about like Shiny Jackal going away or anything like that. Because the worst case, we would just give everybody the exact money that you have right now. We would just say, here, we're refunding it. Shiny Jackal's not gonna update the bots anymore, and we're not qualified to do it. So
Do you know what we're trading? Like, is it Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic?
it's a
Like
bunch. It's a bunch. So it depends. That's one of the reasons that having a lot more capital in there is mitigates risk. Because I think, yeah, we start with Bitcoin, Ethereum, AVAX, Algorand. I mean, the more money you have in there, you can diversify into more coins. And then that, that batch can go into more coins, which just then if AVAX, something weird happens, well, that's only a tenth of the portfolio now instead of a fifth of the portfolio. So yeah, more money we have in a batch, kind of the more we can diversify in there. But it's all top 100 coins. And in fact, I think it's all probably top. I don't know where Algorand is. I think Algorand was the lowest coin that I saw being traded.
Jason said we only trade blue chips
Yeah.
for safety reasons.
Yeah. So I think Algorand is the 35th coin, and it's the lowest one that I saw
Okay.
being traded.
How well do you know Shiny Jackal? You kind of mentioned that already.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with him for a lot of months. I've seen him face to face, or I've seen him face to face on camera. I've not been to. I believe he's from India. I've not been to India yet, but I actually am planning it at some point.
Oh,
To get out there and meet with
just
him.
not with Jason.
It's what?
So just not with Jason.
Just
You
not
can
with
go to
Jason, right?
India, just don't go with Jason.
We will go separately. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so, and again, it doesn't really matter too much because Shiny doesn't have any access to the funds themselves, and he's exclusive through us now, so it's in his best interest for us to like keep this, partnership going. So
Sure. Yeah. That if you have any more questions, if I skipped it, sorry. I didn't
yeah, I
mean
know.
to.
Yeah, and feel free to hop into Discord, Telegram, keep asking questions. Again, I try to answer. I know people get upset with me because I don't respond to emails, I don't respond to Discord DMs, I don't respond on Telegram, but it's literally I wake up in the morning and I have 140 emails and 65 Twitter DMs and 50 Discord messages, and it just sometimes I honestly am just too depressed to answer all of them. Like I'm just see them and I'm just like, oh, I can't answer all these. And then when I start answering them, I'm making progress, but then everyone I answered replies. And so then Yabonks was talking about this the other day too, where you might spend the first 4 or 5 hours of your day just answering people. So if I'm slow to respond, it's not because I dislike you or anything like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Boris says hire an assistant, and that's kind of what I've done. Tycho answers all my Twitter DMs. Pocket handles my Telegram and Discord. My emails, unfortunately, are not all crypto. A lot of them are like in-person stuff and my family and things like that. So, yeah. James says you need a manager. I know a lady that could help. Her name is Claire, and she
Oh,
thinks
volunteering me, Ian. Wow, bold.
yes.
I love it.
Baz says, will there be an eventual cap on the WarBots? I don't see that right now. I would say that I don't see the value in the WarBot NFTs being the resale of them. I see the value being in like this is an engine that generates what I would like it to be ideally is hey, you pay $500, you have a guaranteed $40 a month from this NFT. It's kind of how I'd like people to view them, but guaranteed is probably too strong a word. So I don't see capping it or trying to make the NFTs themselves super valuable. But again, I don't know where this is going to go. I mean, we might end up $100 million in there and Shiny might say, hey, that's the cap of what we can do or something. And then, yeah, maybe at that point we would limit it, but we don't have plans for that right now.
Rakesh asked, when is the first batch being set up for the trade? Well, the first batch is already being traded.
Yeah, I believe the first batch should already be traded. So we opened. The reason we did the second batch so quickly was Shiny said ideally he likes there to be 100 to 150K per batch, and the first batch I did was just 50K. So he was like, "Hey, could we do another 100K to make that batch complete?" So that's why I spun up this second one so quickly. But yeah, that's the plan.
But and then this one you're gonna deploy since it's sold out like early next week. Is that what you said?
ASAP.
ASAP.
Hopefully, I'll probably transfer the money over to Jason to get into Bybit today.
Okay.
And then Jason, I mean, depending on Jason, I mean, he's in South Africa, so it's like 10:30 p.m. right now.
Oh.
But maybe tomorrow those will start trading.
Okay. Do you see more questions?
Yeah, there's a lot, but I'm having a hard time. How about this one? What are some of the upcoming NFT
Yes.
projects you're planning? Yes. So my number one priority was WarBots, just because they've been working well for me for a long time. Then my second priority was the Forex bots. What we have in the works is these Now Grit NFTs. Which again, the landing page is actually almost ready to go, but I want to space it out a little just so people don't get too confused. Then also Pocket's kind of helping me put together a NFT collection for, if you guys saw those the done for you Amazon reviews. It's $25K to get started with that, which I get is a lot for people. So we're going to be doing an NFT collection to help with that. I have several real estate things where I might spin up an NFT collection to like, hey, do you guys want to be part of this real estate deal with me? And those are going to be way less lucrative. So I'm going to just test them out and see, hey, are people even interested in this? If we're getting, it might be 15% a year or something like that. Is that something people are interested in? So we're going to do some tests of things like that. We might do an Airbnb where it's like the Airbnb rental income is paid out to the NFT holders. So we've got a lot of ideas, but I don't want to go too far out because I noticed that when I announce things, then there's pressure then to like, oh, get going on it. And I tend to be pretty busy. So sometimes it's slow moving on some of these things. So let me not go out further than that. But next is going to be Now Grit and the Amazon reviews.
And Fenny Toro said maybe still an NFT that will own the diversified NFT collection.
Yes. Smart. I love it. And that's something people have been talking about for a long time too, is just a JP NFT that is just exposure to all the things that I'm in. So we might do something like that. Or like you said, maybe just a NFT that it puts a little bit into the Forex, a little bit into the, we're turning into NFTception. Oh, that's what Funny Turo said. Great minds think alike, Funny Turo. But NFTception. That's right.
It's a good one. JP NFT rhymes. Oh yeah.
Should we do the giveaway to the general public?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So we're going to use StreamYard spin. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. We need people to comment a certain word you would like.
Yes. What was is it giveaway? StreamYard/giveaway?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I found it.
You found it? Okay.
So let's do, if you comment now, we'll give you like a minute. Let's do 2 minutes and do hashtag. You know what? I'm so grateful for Claire. Let's do hashtag Claire is awesome. Okay, let's do that.
Wow.
Comment hashtag Claire is awesome. You have about 2 minutes. And then we'll do a giveaway. Hashtag Claire is awesome. Claire, CLAIRE. Make sure you spell it correctly or it will not register.
Oh, right. Aaron, you spelled my name wrong, brother.
Yep. You spelled it wrong. Capitalization, I don't believe matters. But hashtag Claire is awesome.
And this is about your NFTs, James.
I'm just so grateful for the people who keep me going. Like, I just could not do what I do. Like, I'm so thankful. Tycho, Pocket Aces, you, Claire, my video editor, Tanvir, my thumbnail guy. Like, man, I just could not do what I do. Like, I don't have the capacity to do what I do, and you guys just help out so much. Jason too. I could not do this without Jason. Jason is awesome. But yeah, I would not be able to do this without Jason's help getting the bot set up. I mean, I can't even create a Bybit account since I'm not in South Africa. So, yeah, appreciate you guys very much.
Oh, fun.
All
You
right.
did like our award speech just now. Yay. Yay.
Just want to thank all the people who made this, my parents. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll give you another 15 seconds. Okay, Aaron got in good. And what are they winning? Did we say that?
Oh, they are winning $200 USDC. And then the winner needs to private message Pocket Aces.
Okay.
Pocket, I don't know your Discord name number right now.
I will.
Let me look for it.
I can post it too. 420. Ooh, interesting.
Is it really?
It is. Pocket. It's 0420. Pocket, was that on purpose or was that just a coincidence? Kind of interesting there. But yeah, Pocket Ace is number 0420. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'll show you guys how this works too, just full transparency. So we have 27 entries. Draw. Who's it going to be? What if it's JB again? What if it was Pocket Aces?
Oh, I know. Huh.
Vi Hex King.
Yay.
Vi Hex King, you are the official winner of 200 USDC. Again, the Discord name, if you can go message Pocket Aces, hashtag 0420. We will get that to you, but thank you for being on here today. Thanks for watching. Actually, it would have been great if we had WarBots for sale right now, because
I know, huh?
it would have been a good video to sell some WarBots, but go at least sign up for the newsletter on warbotnfts.com to stay updated. And when we get a new batch out this weekend, I'll for sure get an email out and have some of those available for you. So awesome. Anything else that was on your agenda, Claire?
I can't think of anything right now. Unless that was a softball question and I should have known what to answer.
No, I think that
Oh,
was
okay.
good.
I'm like, wait a minute.
No, I think
Was
that was
I supposed to
good.
tell you something?
I would like to I'll get in touch with Shiny Jackal about maybe having him and Sweet Heater, or maybe just Shiny Jackal and me and maybe Jason, maybe the four of us or something, and having a QA about the bot strategies themselves. Because you had some really good questions, Claire, on there that, again, I think I know the answer to all of them, but I just don't want to say the wrong thing. I do that a lot. I Leroy Jenkins and say the wrong thing. So let's have him on. We'll do a separate one. That would be really great too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. Well, hey, audience, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Please hit like on the way out. Thank you for all the people in my community. Appreciate you guys more than you know. Again, honestly, if it wasn't for my community, I probably would quit YouTube and quit Twitter. Like I don't really need it in my life, and like Twitter is just a hate fest, honestly. But it's been really good for me just learning, hey, ignore those people. And my community, like, hey, I want to do this for you guys, and I enjoy like going on this journey with you. Like, we're all kind of just looking for places to put our money to make money, right? And we've gotten burned, we've had wins, we've had losses. So it's been a fun journey. So appreciate you guys. And yeah, Claire, as always, appreciate you very much. And
yeah, thank you, James. Keep on going. I mean,
yeah.
Look at all the people who are supporting you. So glad you're here.
Yeah, no, appreciate you. And yeah, hopefully, I think we'll be doing this once a month. We'll keep doing giveaways and things like that. So appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
All right. Take care, everybody.